While compared to 10 years ago, we have a very broad range of ways in which we interact with business and industry. The protection of our own intellectual property that arises out of research and its commercialisation, subsequent license or spin out into companies still forms an important component of what we do.
Jasmonic acid is a plant hormone which is absolutely central to the way plants respond to pest attack. We were doing some fundamental research into the ecology of that response, and we discovered that by applying jasmonic acid to the seed, we could prime those defences in such a way that we could deliver long-term resistance that improved plant performance in the long term. In 2008, that moved on, and we formed a relationship with Plant Biotechnology Limited, a knowledge transfer company based in the UK, who then took that idea, took that technology forward for us to form a relationship with a commercial company able to deliver that into world agriculture. In 2009, we signed an exclusive license with Becker Underwood to take the technology forward in their commercial products. And things have moved very quickly. So at the moment, 2012, Becker Underwood incorporate the jasmonate into some of their soybean seed treatment products. That technology is being deployed across around about 2.5 million hectares in the United States and Canada. It's going to move on from there, but already we're seeing quite significant yield increases of 5 or 6% in response to technology. And obviously that has really important implications not only for the profitability and sustainability of agriculture, but also meeting the challenge of feeding a growing world population.
ICIS Forensics is a venture capital-backed spin-out company from School of Computing and Communications at Lancaster University. Our technology is based around interaction analysis that stems from our expertise in language and online analysis. This goes beyond simple word matching or checklist of other attributes to actually understanding how people use language and identifying the language DNA of the author. These techniques allow us to build solutions that can, for example, be used to help children determine if they're chatting to a genuine child or perhaps an adult who's masquerading as a child, or help law enforcement build a profile of a suspect they're investigating, or perhaps help banks determine if their employees are perhaps disguising their language in order to carry out insider trading. So these technologies came from academic research as a background of the last 20 years, but also we had a project that was recently funded from the government looking at online child protection. At the end of this project, we felt that there was commercial potential in technologies, so the company was spun out. We also managed to secure VC funding, and that's now taken us to where we are now, where we're now offering these products to law enforcement and other sectors.
In collaboration with my colleague Coral Dando, we've been evaluating current methods for screening passengers as they go on airlines, on flights to the United States particularly. And we've also been trying to develop a new method that switches away from a rather formal authoritarian approach to screening where you're trying to look for suspicious signs towards a more informal but more controlled method where the screener is trying to detect whether the person they're talking to may be being deceptive. So we've developed a 3-stage method which we can train with screening agents in airports where they basically engage passengers in conversation. And they're trying to make sense of what the passenger is saying to them, and they're trying to detect within that conversation whether there are inconsistencies in the account and whether the passenger is able to supply knowledge that the screener expects them to have given the account they've just gained. So what we're aiming for is a method that delivers what I like to call the 4 E's of a successful security screening method. The first E is effective. Is effective. You need to be able to stop the right people, and you want to stop as few of the wrong people as possible. The second E is efficient. You need to be able to screen people quickly without interfering with them or annoying them. The third E is equal. You need to screen everybody in the same way so that nobody feels that they are being discriminated against, and therefore nobody is put in a vulnerable situation through a security screening procedure. And the fourth, perhaps most controversial one, is enjoyability. We want people to enjoy the process of being screened. That may sound crazy, but actually if you have a conversation in which you talk about yourself to someone who's interested, then it's kind of a pleasant experience. Whereas the current method is deliberately formal and authoritative and is designed to put you on your edge. I think that's exactly the wrong thing to do. I think you should get people to engage in security, take responsibility for their own security, and actively enjoy the process of going through a security screening system.